my Nissan Titan Pro4X. As you will see, this is your brake. This is your throttle. Okay? Okay, and this is the connection that we are concerned about. Now this connector is interesting in that it slides towards you. So you have to get maybe a very soft pry tool, because right now my fingers are not quite doing justice. Oh, never mind, got it. All right, so, but I would recommend getting a plastic pry tool. Going to disconnect it. It doesn't, it just literally slides off. Okay. So it literally slides off after you slide the connector away towards you. Okay, so now that we disconnected the OEM pedal assembly connector, we are now going to connect the Banks Power pedal assembly to your throttle. Okay. So we're swapping one for one. Doesn't take much. You heard the audible click. Just gonna make sure that goes away. Make sure it's firmly seated, but I heard the click. And now this will clip into place. All right. So the second connection is where you connect from the Banks pedal to the OEM connection harness. And I will demonstrate that now. Okay, so at this point, the Banks connector is where you would connect to your OEM pedal harness. Okay, so we want to be very careful on how we connect this. It only goes in one way. So, let's see. So when you try to fit it in one way, it will not go because the connector is flared on one end and narrow on the other. So you'll feel it when it goes in to connect. And then from there, you will click in the connector and you are now connected. So you have now completed the integration of the PedalMonster. Okay, so you'll see that we have the OEM pedal connection now connected to the PedalMonster itself, and it's now looped in together. Now from here we have to connect the PedalMonster to the ODB2 port, and that's where these cables come in. Okay, so now that we have the connection set up, open this guy. So this is essentially the power cable and what speaks to the onboard computers. Okay. So we are going to first, okay, so after we've connected the the PedalMonster to our throttle and throttle controller. We have what's left in the box, which is the 4 to 6 pin connector and the Banks OBD2 connector that goes into your OBD2 port. First want to do is connect this end, which has 4 pins. We want to connect the 4 pins into the 4 pins of the 4 to 6 pin connector. Okay, you hear it audibly clicked. Doesn't go anywhere. Now we want to connect the 4 to 6 pin connection into the PedalMonster. Now with this model PedalMonster, the standalone, the end with the 6 pins can connect to any of the 2 bays. I'm just going to choose bay 1, and it's going to audibly click. Okay, heard that click. And now for the moment I've been waiting for, connecting it to the OBD2 port. And done. Okay. And as you know, the OBD2 port only connects one way because it's flared on one end and narrow on the other. So now the reason why, you know, it's long, obviously, because this is made for different types of trucks. It comes with zip ties for when you need to zip tie it to certain areas. And the reason why it says that it is warranty friendly is because you can easily remove this if you ever have to go to a dealer. You don't want this hanging in your car when you go to a dealer. The first thing out of their mouth will be warranty voided. So you want to make sure that you do not tell the dealer about the PedalMonster. You want to make sure you don't even have this in the car when you take this to the PedalMonster. You want to make sure that you disconnect from the OBD2 port, right? You want to make sure that you disconnect from here and here, and you plug it back the way it was, and it's like it never happened. Magic. But for testing purposes, I'm not going to the dealer at all. I do my own oil changes every 3,000 miles. I would recommend that, by the way. So I'm going to plug this back into the OBD2 port. Going to wiggle it, a little bit of a tight fit. Okay. Now I'm going to roll this up for now. I'm not going to do a proper installation just yet. For my own purposes, not for, and I do not recommend this, all I'm going to do is zip tie everything together. Okay. And I'm going to put it behind the rug. Put all the cables out the way. Behind the rug. And it is not going to be damaged by me stepping on anything. It's over here, out of the way, not behind the emergency brake. And we are good to go.